Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'll teach you how to make a notch collar on a suit. So this is a notch collar. This is what we mean by a notch collar. So just stick with me to the end and you are going to learn how to make this type of collar. And of course, as usual, I'm bringing you the easiest method of fixing the collar like this. Alright, so let's get into it. So as you can see, the first thing I've done is I've fixed the back of my suit to the front, and this is the point I'm at. I hope you can get to this point. So someone requested for this tutorial, that's why I'm doing it. So I hope you can get to this point where I am at. If you've not, be patient. I'm going to show you how to get to this point soon on this channel. Okay, so if you get to this point, this is what you're going to do. You're just going to mark out half inch throughout like this. The reason I'm marking half inch is because half inch is what I left while I was making the front pattern, right? So I recommend that you leave half inch if you are following this my method of fixing the collar. Okay, so I left half inch round, so I drew it with my biro, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure this part, and they have to be equal here. The right part and the left has to be equal, right? So this part I'm measuring now has to be equal with the other part. So this is 3/4, as you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead to measure here, and you see it should be equal. If you are right, it should be equal. If it's not equal, then there's a problem somewhere. So both of mine is 3/3, so I am right. So I just measure this other part, and I got 12.5, but then let me just measure it to be sure from here towards the outside. So let's just measure it. So you take it this way gently till you reach the other end, and this is 12.5. So yes, I am right. So that's 12.5. all right. So the first part I measured was 3/3. The second part I measured, which is the back, was 12.5. So this other part is 1/1/4, and you can see, let's confirm from here, this also is 1/1/4, right? So I have three measurements now. One was 3/3, the other was 12.5, while the other was 1/1/4. So we need these three metrics. We need these three measurements to cut our collar. So this is it. So stick with me and you see how to cut the collar, then we'll get to the fixing. Okay, so this is my pieces that I will use to make my collar. It is 19.5 by 8. This is big enough to cut any size of collar, right? So this is the size I recommend, 19.5 by 8, sorry. So I will need this piece. You will need this. Okay, how I got this particular piece is by cutting this small piece. I didn't throw it away, I kept it, so because I will need it to cut my collar. So let's continue. So first of all, as you can see, I gummed ST on the back part of my pieces to make it thick, right? So I drew a line, a straight line, and then I measured from the line. I measured half, and then I'm going to go ahead with the second measurement, which is 12.5. So I'll divide it by 2, and I'm going to have 6/1/4 here. Yes, so I got 6/1/4. So I'm going to put it from my half that I marked, and then I'll slant it to meet the line there, and then I'll mark the line like that, and I'm going to join it with my cuff. Of course, you can use freehand, but why do I need to stress myself when I have a cuff, right? So I'm done with this measurement. So the next thing, I'll need this piece, and this is where its use comes. The reason is because I don't want to, if I don't use it, I might draw it too slanted or not well slanted. So this gives me the right slant I need. So you can see the use. So whenever you are cutting and you are using this pattern, don't throw these particular pieces away, keep it. All right. If you are sewing for plenty people, write their names on this so that when you are sewing for this particular person, you use it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm done with that, and I'm done with this measurement. Okay, so we are using this second measurement now, which is 3/3. So as you can see, I've marked my 3 3/4, so I'm done with the second or with the first measurement I took. So the next thing you will go after when you mark that part, you draw a line which is perpendicular to this, and that is it should create 90 degrees like this, right? I hope you understand what I mean. Alright, so the line should create a 90 degrees perpendicular to that other slanted line. Alright, so you mark your 1/1/4 like this, and then on that 1/1/4 mark you mark up 1/2 inch, and then you connect that 1/2 inch to that 3 3/4 mark like that, and then you mark your 1¼ inch again. So that is it, 1¼ inch. So we are done with the 3 measurements, 3 3/4 and then 1¼ you can see. So we are done with the measurements. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is the height of my collar. So this collar is a 1-piece collar. There is a type of collar that is 2-piece where you have a joining. So this collar is just 1 piece. Okay, so I will draw this line like this, and then I'll turn it to get my curve like this. Okay guys, if you don't have this curve I'm using, it's fine, you can use your free hand, because I recommend that you have it. Okay, so since I'm done, next I'm going to, this is my main collar, but then I need allowances too for sewing allowance and folding allowance and what have you. So I'm just going to draw around it 1/2 inch all around it for sewing allowance and my folding allowance and everything. So I'm just going to mark 1/2 inch all around. So as you can see, I've done that. All the 1/2 inch I have is my sewing allowance, so that at the end of the day, when I'm done sewing and folding, I'll be left with my actual collar. Okay, so this is it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just mark it, just extend my 1/2 inch all around it. Okay, so I'll do that later. So for now, I'm going to use my collar melting or wadding, soft wadding. Okay, so this is it. One side of this wadding is has gum, while one side doesn't have gum. Okay, so you're going to cut it like this. You just trim around it with 1/2 inch like this, and then you trim off this side as well. So there you go. So as you can see, I've extended my 1/2 inch all around my biro. So the next thing I'm going to do, I just notch the top like this, because I'm about to fold it, and since it's a curve, since I'm folding it and it's a curve, I will need to notch so that I'll have freedom bending it. As you can see, I've bent it, and it's free. It's actually easy bending it because of the notches I've made. So whenever you are bending it like this, you need to notch it for perfect job. Okay, so guys, please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do. As you can see, I'm putting in a lot of work to give you clean tutorials. Just do well, pay me by subscribing, right? Alright, that's me joking, but what I mean is just subscribe. So this part, there's no gum, so let me just indicate it so that you know, and then this part there is gum. Okay, alright, so you put it this way, the good part facing where there is no gum, and you open it like this, and then you're going to sew about 1/4 inch above it. So as you can see, I've sewn my 1/4 inch. So I'll just open it this way and then push the sewing I did to the collar melting area or wadding area. I'll push it back like this, and then I'll top stitch on the wadding area, that's the white material. Alright, so as you can see, I top stitched it like this, and then the next thing I'm going to do is to iron. So I'm going to use my ironing cloth so that it doesn't make my cloth to shine or it doesn't stain it. So I just iron it, and when I'm ironing, I'm not pressing the iron because I don't need the gum of the wadding to gum my material. You can see it didn't gum it. I don't need it to gum it yet. At some point we are going to gum it, so I don't need it now. So what I'll do next, I'll open it like this, bend it on that crease we created while ironing it, and sew that line. I'll open it like this and sew this line as well. Okay, so I'll just go to the machine, do it, and show you the result. And here it is. So while filming this part, I forgot to click on the record, and I've done quite a number of things here that I didn't explain. But what I actually did after sewing it, I trimmed it and I turned it, and then I'm ironing it. That's what you missed, okay? But I'm sure that's not a lot. So that's it. So when I came back from the machine, I forgot to hit my record button on my camera, so you missed a little bit, but then it's not so bad. I believe you understand. So you just turn it and then you iron it. When you're ironing, you make sure that the color, the white material as the wording, is not showing on these other parts. All right, you can see. So you just be careful so that it doesn't show. So you just put your ironing cloth to protect your fabric, and then you gum it. Now at this part, you are gumming it to make it gum actually. So you need to press it very well and then apply steaming iron. Apply steam to the cloth, I mean. So you're just going to trim off, and then you really press it now to make it really gum. Okay, so you take your time to iron it. Press it very well. You can see it's ironed, but then it's not giving me what I want. So I keep ironing, okay, until I get what I'm looking for. So as you can see, I've taken out my 1/2 inch for sewing allowance at the top. What is left is a 1/2 inch of the bottom, and that's what I'm marking now. So remember, this part is 1 1/4, and I've marked it, and then this part also is 1 1/4, and I've marked it, and you can see my 1/2 inch left at the bottom. Okay, so this is how to fix a collar. So we'll go to the machine now. This is how to make a collar. So we'll go to the machine. I'll show you how to fix it to the suit. Okay, so this is it. So this is the main part. If you've done your collar very well, if you don't know how to fix it, you are still going to end up sewing trash, right? So just pay close attention. I promise you it's easy. This is by far the easiest method I've seen. So just confirm your measurement. So this is my 1 1/4, and as you can see, this part is more than 1/2 inch, which I need. So I'm just going to trim it to give me my 1/2 inch. So you just confirm all your measurements before you start fixing. So here is 1/2 inch already, so I'm fine with it. So what I'm going to do now is to start fixing, and I'm going to, when I'm done fixing it, it should be like that. Okay, so I'm going to turn it inside out. So this style of fixing, you'll be fixing it from inside the suit. Okay, so you don't need to hem anything when you are done. It's a one-time pattern of fixing collar. So you just turn it, you turn this part as well. See it? So you turn this part as well, like this. And then you carry your collar and you put it inside and you fix it from the inside. So this part that has the part that has fabric, which is the good part, will be facing the lining, will be facing inside, which is the lining part, and then the wording area will be facing the main fabric, which is the suit material. Okay, so you fix it like this. You fix it like this. You can see when by the time we are done sewing, we have sewn out our 1/2 inch, and then we are left with our main collar. So you can see how this pattern is perfect. It's like the holy grail. And then I'll use my hand needle to just hold it together. And so before sewing, let me just show you. You're just going to continue. There's a stitch there. You can see, just continue from the stitch and come up on this collar area. Okay, so since I've sewn a little bit, I can just remove my hand needle and keep it aside. It's done. His work is done here. So I'll just keep sewing until I get to that edge, until I get to this point here. So I stop exactly at that point where there is a turn. So I stop at that point to reinforce and raise up my needle, cut off my threads, and then let's turn and see what we have already. Okay, sorry, I'm out of frame. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, our collar is already coming out. You can see how perfect this is, guys. This is clean work. I know the collar, sewing the collar is one of the highest part of the suit. And that's after fixing the sleeve. This is the second highest thing. But this is a hack I'm giving you for free. So just comment, tell me thank you, tell me whatever you want to tell me in the comment section. And if you've not subscribed, please guys, subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, just hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much if you've done that. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to do the same thing on this part. Just repeat the same process. Okay, so for this part, the biro mark is under, so you have to be careful. Okay, so you just sew it and you stop the same place, and you reinforce. Cut your thread as usual, and then let's turn and see what we have. You can see the same thing here. It's perfect. I made a little mistake here, and I admit, you can see my wording is showing a little bit white in this place. Okay, the reason why I can confidently use any color of wording is because I know I can fix my color to hide it behind, but I made a mistake here. Okay, so we fixed the left part, we fixed the right part. We are about to fix the middle part now. So you are just going to notch the top part alone, notch it to where your stitch stop. So you turn it and notch this part also, just the top. All right, not with the wording, just the top. Okay, the same thing you do here, just the top, and you notch also at here, just the top. So that's all. Then with this, you can have the freedom to turn your material and sew this back part. Okay, you can see, you can just turn it and put your needle at the place you stop sewing, and then continue sewing downwards like this. And that is all, guys. You should know by now that your collar is going to balance by this method I'm showing you. So you just continue sewing like this. You can see it. When you get to the middle, you stop and you turn. Start from the other part towards the middle too. So 90% of the times, the lining is going to be more than the fabric, and it's fine, it's perfect. Okay, so you're just going to bend the lining, which is more to one side, and that is fine. It's not going to give you any problem. Like I used to tell you that the line is supposed to be more than the main body of the suit. Okay, so you can see I'm done, and I've turned it. So you can see there's a little fold in there, there's a little squeeze, but it's fine. We are going to trim it off. When we trim that ½ inch, leaving a little allowance inside, is going to balance up, and then we are going to use our iron to balance it up. So we just turn it inside and just trim off the edge. You remember when we were sewing, we left ½ inch sewing allowance, which is actually too much. So we're just going to trim it off like this, leaving about less than 1/4 inch. The smaller the better, but just be careful so they don't go and cut on what you sewn. Okay, so you just trim off the excesses, and there you go. This is what we have. So the next thing is just to iron it. So start ironing from the outside, please. Start ironing from the outside. So the reason I'm ironing directly with my iron is because this is the back. This is the back part, so there's no problem here. You can see it. So turn it this way and iron the inside. So this is the part that's going to show on the outside, so we can't iron it directly. I will have to use my ironing cloth to iron it. Okay, so guys, I just need one favor from you. If you watch this tutorial to this point, just comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about my tutorials, how clear it is. Tell me what you think I can improve on. I would really love it. Just comment on the comment section, please. Okay, just tell me what you think I can comment on. Okay, I can upgrade on. All right, so the next thing is I'm going to fold my lapel. So my lapel, from the cutting, I left 13.5 inches. So this is it here, 13.5. Again, if you don't know how I cut my suits, I have a tutorial on this channel of how to cut suit. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can learn it. So I'm just going to iron it like this with my ironing cloth to stop it from shining. So the next I'm going to do, I'm going to iron the other part as well. So whatever I did to that part, the 13.5, I'm also going to do it here, 13.5. and I'm going to fold it like this. But one thing I didn't measure is the width of my lapel, so I'm just going to do that now. I'm going to measure the width of my lapel, which is 3 1/4. So I'm just going to bring back here. The height should be 13.5, and then the width at the top should be 3.5. Okay, so that everything will be in uniform. So this is it, 3 1/4. There you go. So I just use my ironing cloth again and iron it. So you can see the error I made. You can see the white showing outside, which is not supposed to be so. I'm going to correct it before delivering the suit. Okay, so the next thing is to iron the middle part. So that is it, guys. You can see our collar. You can see how clean it is, guys. I'm giving you free content, man. I'm feeling myself. So this is how to fix a collar, guys. It is so easy. If you watched up to this point, thank you so much for watching. I love you. If you've not subscribed, if this is your first time visiting my channel, please subscribe. So the next thing, you just iron this crisp, and that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.